Hi everybody, it's UsernameKate, and today, I get to ride something sexy on the channel. It is Ducati's Hypermotard, but it's not just any Hypermotard. It's the latest one with a V2 engine in it, 890cc, 120 horsepower, the lightest production V-twin engine they've ever produced. And not only that, but it's the SP, so it's got all the tartiness, all the bling thrown at it, and I just can't wait to ride it. So I'm going to tell you more about the bike when I'm on the road and give you a proper walk round so you can see what this bike has on it and what it's like to ride. So if you're interested in that, keep watching and I'll play the intro. Rocking and rolling, cooking with gas. Oh yes. Right guys, I am out and about on a Hypermotard V2 SP. This is the kind of bike that makes me love my freaking job, man. Oh, I just can't wait to get into a national to open her up. Here we go. Woohoo! So I do have to be careful because we've got quite fresh rubber on this, so I've been warned to calm the tatties from the off just while I put a few miles on her. Oh yes, I love being astride a Hypermotard, I genuinely do. And I haven't ridden that many in my life actually, to be honest. The first Hypermotard that made me fall in love with Hypermotards was Mike's 821, and that was so freaking cool. That was the Hypermotard that is all black with the red frame. Oh, I'm going to calm down a little bit here because just because it's a national doesn't mean it's safe to kind of do national speeds. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting over the tops of Rivet on this bike. As I said, so yeah, I fell in love with the Hypermotards when I rode Mike's. Oh man, I used to just feel like such a badass on that bike because it had a sexy exhaust on it, and oh my god, it just sounded delicious. This is a 20 mile an hour zone, so we've got to behave, unfortunately. But it'll be fun when it opens up to national just here. Although it is quite narrow, and it's so funny because I'm getting quite a broad audience. A lot of people from like America and other places, and a lot of you guys are saying that your national roads are just so narrow and nadgery, and you're not wrong. We're just used to them though. We love it. So yeah, as I mentioned, fell in love with Mike's 821, and then I most recently rode BHP's 950 SP, and again, so Mike's had an exhaust on and it sounded evil, and then BHP had an exhaust on theirs which sounded the most evil of exhaust I have ever heard on a Hypermotard in my life. And I've got to say, Hypermotards with dirty exhausts actually just make me live for a Hypermotard. Well, before I do a run over Rivington, I'm actually gonna go up to this spot following this car, and we're gonna walk around the bike and I'm gonna talk you through just everything about it really, hopefully. Oh, big pothole, 17-inch wheels. Seriously, you're in a car. Oh, look at all the sheepies. See if it's busy up here. Pretty much got it all to ourselves. Of course we do. Someone's been having fun here, haven't they? That's iconic. Right, I'm just going to park smack bang in the middle to talk about this bike. Let's go. Right guys, let's talk about the Hypermotard V2 SP. Let's just have a look at that motor. So this is one of Ducati's latest motors. It's in the Panigale V2 and V2S, it's in the Monster V2, it's in the Multistrada V2, it's in the Street Fighter V2, now it's in the Desert X V2, and we've got it in the Hypermotard as well. So what's so special about this engine? Well, Ducati have moved away from a desmodromic engine. This just has normal variable valve timings. This has been done to kind of extend the life of the engine, to make it more reliable, to make the service intervals a lot longer, and just be a bit more low maintenance and practical. It also saves a hell of a lot of weight. So this Hypermotard SP actually saves 14 kilograms on the old SP, and a huge part of that is down to the engine. It's the lightest kind of V2 engine that Ducati have produced, so that's pretty cool. Produces 120 brake horsepower and 94 newton meters of torque, so that is pretty wicked. But this Hypermotard doesn't look like all the other Hypermotards. We've lost that single-sided swing arm, which I'm pretty sad about, because on a Hypermotard it looks dirty, it looks mean, it looks great. We lose more of the trellis frame up here. The engine is now a stressed member. We've still got a bit of trellis frame on the subframe, which is quite nice, and it's popping red, which I like. It has also kept the twin exhausts that you know and love on a Hypermotard. Oh gosh, it's filthy already. And if we come round here, you've got that iconic beak, which is just real nice. Now, because this is the SP, it's slightly different from the non-SP in the sense that it's much more expensive. Ooh, I think if my math serves me correct, it's about £3,800 more than the standard one. But for that, you get a few things. So if we look here, you've got fully adjustable Erlins at the front. You've got fully adjustable Erlins. Here, I do love a horizontal shock on a Ducati, I must say. Other features that you get, forged wheels on this, which are 1.5 kg lighter than on the standard. So they look pretty trick, but white wheels are a nightmare to keep clean. But that's just what it is. You have a lithium battery with this as well over the standard. And you get this fancy livery graphics with a 20. The significance of that is because it's 20 years of Hypermotard, believe it or not. Another thing that I can't forget, on the SP you have M50 Brembo calipers, so the base model gets the M4.32 caliper. The M50 is kind of the next step up in the range. They haven't quite gone for stylemas with this, but an M50 caliper is pretty keen anyway, so yeah, it's not a bad bit of kit. And of course you've got Brembo master cylinder as well on the SP that you don't have on the standard. Now, something that's pretty unique for this year's Hypermotard is the fact that even though this is an SP, it's the lowest SP that Ducati have ever produced in a Hypermotard. It's got a seat height of 880mm, so that might make it more attainable if you've got short little stumpy legs like me. But the standard version of the Hypermotard has the same height. That has not been something that's ever happened with a Hypermotard before. So that does mean, though, that if you are looking to get a standard version, prepare for it to be a bit taller than the other non-SP Hypermotards of the past. One thing that I will say about this bike as well is the seat. If we look at it here, it's got a much narrower standover than Hypermotards of the past. I remember Mike's 821 had such a wide seat, and so did the 950 SP that I rode of BHP's. So yeah, to have it quite narrow just means that it is actually deceptively easy to get your foot on the ground. And normally when I ride Hypermotards, and particularly the SPs, I dangle so bad. Like, my legs are just like dangling because it's so wide, it's so tall, it's so high. But this, in my opinion, is a more accessible Hypermotard. Right, let's have a look at the dash. So let me just remove this paraphernalia. So if we take a look, we'll switch it on. Hopefully you guys can see in this light. We've got a new 5-inch TFT for this Hypermotard. I remember when I was riding Mike's 821, the dash was proper, like old-fashioned, like an LCD. It was pretty cool, to be fair, but this has definitely stepped its game up. So what can you see? Well, you've got your revs around here, you've got what gear you're in there, you've got your trip, which is particularly important, and I'll tell you why in a moment. You've got your external air temperature, which feels like a lie because I'm layered up and it's cold. You've got your clock up here. If we look at the switch gear, the keen-eyed amongst you may see that it's got cruise control button here, but don't be deceived by that, because if you want cruise control, you have to pay for it. It's an optional extra, even though the buttons are there. And Ducati UK have chosen not to spec their press bikes with the cruise control, mainly probably because they have to fork out the cost for that. So they haven't, which is a bit sad because I would have liked to have tested it, but it is what it is. Mode button on top, so you press it. You've got a few different modes. You've got sport, you've got road, you've got wet, and you've got race. And at the side here it tells you everything from power, which is in the highest in race. You've got ABS settings, you've got Ducati traction control, you've got Ducati wheelie control, you've got engine brake control, and you've got the Ducati quick shifter, which is showing that it's on. So these have predefined modes, predefined settings of all these different characteristics for the different modes, but you can go into the setup and you can tweak it depending on how you want it, which I think is pretty good. So we're going to leave it in sport mode for the purpose of me riding it today. So the tank size on this considerably smaller than the previous, say, 950 SP. That had a 14.5 litre tank, to my knowledge. This has a 12.5 litre tank, so it is quite small. And the reason why that trip is so important is because it doesn't have a fuel gauge, like a range. It doesn't tell you how many miles you've got, it doesn't have a bar. Literally you will just get the fuel light come on and then count up the mileage until you get into scary figures like 25 miles with the light on, which is not a place you want to be. So I rode this back from Silverstone and I got 102 miles before the fuel light came on, and I managed to fill up at 107 miles because I didn't want to risk taking it on the motorway, having a really long kind of road until the next service station. Didn't want to risk it. So yeah, it's not a bike that you can get big miles out of a singular tank. One thing that I will say about this bike, the dry weight of it is 177 kg compared to the 180 kg of the standard Hypermotard, and that's the dry weight. So with the fuel, 12.5 litre tank, realistically you're probably looking about 186 wet, which is still pretty damn good for something with 120 brake horsepower and 94 Nm meters of torque. It's a very compact bike. It's just short wheelbase, light as hell, and just made for being a hooligan. So we're going to take it out over the country roads and see what we think. Oh, this is going to be good. Alrighty, let's go. So we've got to navigate this rickety, horrible lane with 17-inch wheels. Oh yes, love that for me. We've also got pretty new tyres, as mentioned. Oh, you can see the spray coming up off the front wheel. It's not designed with a super weather protection in mind. I'm getting soaked. Could you see the spray coming off the front end? That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, let's see what fun can be had with this bike. We've got a nice polo to chase, so that should be fun, hopefully. Let's go. So, oh, that back. So it's in sport mode. With the types of tyre that this bike has on it, you can feel that they're cold. They're a bit squiggly wiggly. And I know that Hypermotards handle like they're on rails, so we do need to get some heat in the tyres. But yeah, it's forecasted rain for 2 weeks after today, so I had to get out. Had to get out on this bike, otherwise I'd have just been kicking myself. But yeah, it is weird riding a Hypermotard that doesn't have aftermarket cans on. It almost feels a bit muted. Right, off we go. Let's take it up here. Oh, that pull is quite imminent, that's for sure. It does have a nice whine to it, it really does when you wind it on. Oh! Oh! A little bit of a pop on the upshift then. Yes! That sounded pretty tasty. Liked that a lot. Lovely bit of wet road there. It's always the case. Ooh. You absolutely cannot see past this yet. There's a biker coming up or a scooterist coming up. Run. Let's go. It's clear. Run. Feet out the window. Love that for them. Oh man. Uh-oh. Oh, that was horrible. I got drenched. Disgusting. My leg is... oh god, it's actually like actively flowing. Ah, it's not what we need, is it? It's not what we bloody need. Not on fresh rubber. Oh man, it feels like a weapon. It feels like a weapon, and it's a shame because we are governed by UK laws. That's why I like to take bikes on country lanes, because you can at least get a little bit of a feel for it. I've got to say, one thing that I'm not 100% loving, I'm trying to go up and down the box, is the quick shifter seems a little hesitant. Oh, look at this fresh tarmac, it looks beautiful. Meow. Yeah, the quick shifter's just a little bit... sometimes it just don't like it when I'm trying to shift up. I mean, the blipper down the box is always beautiful. Always sounds pretty good. And the brakes, holy shit, the bed. The brakes are good. I bet that biker just thought, what are you doing? I'm testing the brakes, I promise I'm not a psychopath. Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. I bet they're thinking, why did she just slam on then for grim death? There's a reason, alright? I'm testing the Brembos and they work. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. I'm going to spin it round in this car park. Thank you. Oh, that sun. That sun is menacing. Wow, that is not good. So we're just going to have a little scratch about Rivington. And you know what? It is quite sad that the rubber is so new and there's a lot of wet patches around Rivington today, because honestly it's very disconcerting. Especially when you just want to give it the beans with the utmost confidence. But we'll try. Oh, sounds good, man. Sounds good. It's all clear. We have priority anyway, but you never know. Zoom. Oh. Calm down, Kate. We're creeping into naughty realms here. Needs to behave. Oh, it does change direction. Lovely. Very good, very nice. Smack down the box to third gear. Lang it around. Oh, okay. That feels nice. Look at all the spray coming off that car. That is what I'm about to go through. Disgusting. It was one of yours. Oh god. Hate this for me. genuinely killing the vibe. Oh wow, look at these views, guys. Oh my days, how absolutely beautiful. Oh wow, the view, my goodness me. Oh, it's what biking's all about, innit? I forget this is on my doorstep so often. I forget. How can you forget on a day like this? Oh wait, it's because we never get days like this. It's always friggin' raining. Right, the brakes are so sharp. So sharp. Let's give this a biker a wave, see if we get any love. Was that a nod? I don't know, I don't think so. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so just one thing that I just love about Hypermotards is how they make you feel. Now, I guess one of the big questions is 17,000, I want to say £395, is that something that you could warrant for such an impractical machine? Because, you know, it does have very limited use, because it's not a very good tourer. It doesn't hold much in the tank, and it's basically like maybe almost like a go-kart track type weapon. Don't get me wrong, you could have mad fun on this even at somewhere like Silverstone, I would imagine, but it's going to take its toll on the old neck muscles, isn't it, with kind of how long them straights are. I think this bike benefits from a bit of a nadgery track, something more like technical. But is anyone going to spend over £17,000 on a bike that would only be used for that? Alright, so I'm going to give you guys some of my pros and my cons whilst I'm on the bike, and these are literally just kind of first impression pros and cons, because I'll be honest with you guys, the weather's been that garbage, haven't really spent as much time with this bike as I'd like to. So some of my pros, I just absolutely love the hooligan nature of this bike. It's just ridiculous. It does make you feel like a badass when you get on it. I love the engine. The engine is brilliant. It is right up my street, this engine. Yep. What else do I like about it? The brakes are real keen, real strong, so no complaints on the brakes department for me. Love the fact that the suspension is fully adjustable, so fully customizable to individuals' weights and stuff like that. I like all the different modes. Quick blast on motorway to see how wild this gets. Hopefully the audio won't be too garbage. Yeah, I just find that quick shifter a little bit more delayed than I'd like. Interesting. Oh, now I've got the sun back behind me again. Apologies, guys. So yeah, I like the looks of the Hypermotard. I think they just look great. Albeit, I don't know, I think the past Hypermotards look sexier. So maybe that's, I suppose, a little bit of a con. If I'm going back onto my cons, the fuel range, 100 miles till the light comes on, and then a further 25 if you're lucky. That's not a lot. That's wild. What else? Quick shifter, I've mentioned I'm not getting on with it going up the box at all. It's just a bit laggy and like doesn't want to do it seamlessly, and maybe that's because this bike hasn't got many miles on it, so we might have to forgive it for that. If you've got Hypermotard V2 SP and you've got some miles on it, let me know what you think to the quick shifter, if it's better over time. And the price, of course, it's bloody expensive. It's a rich person's toy for sure. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this kind of quick first impressions of the Hypermotard V2 SP. It's certainly fun. I would like to get it maybe for longer over the summer period when we don't have rain scheduled for the next 2 weeks. Honestly, this is a rare dry day, and you best believe I was seizing the opportunity. Alright team, well I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, hit the subscribe button and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!